G'day folks, and welcome back to the bush. Been a hot minute. If you're new to the channel, cheers for letting your curiosity get you this far. If you're familiar with the channel, thanks for having us back. It's been 12 months, I believe, since we last posted, and it's been a big 12 months. Big 12 months. And I'll fill you in a bit, just because I feel like it's our duty to a degree, to our followers and stuff that have been with us for a long time before we fell off the face of the earth. But it all starts, I warn you, it gets a bit heavy. It all starts in late 2023. It was getting towards summertime and everything was going well, but we noticed our dear boy Cobba, this boy, wherever I put him, was starting to get a bit crook. And we noticed that he was starting to struggle a bit for air, and he was, a little bit of play and he'd puff right out, and poor bugger was struggling a bit. We got him into the vet, and unfortunately he was diagnosed with a heart murmur, also known as congenital heart failure. And the world as we knew it started to crumble. So all of a sudden, the next few months from then, aka late 2023, it wasn't about us, it was about Cobba. So we did our best, we gave him the best time we could up until the end, and unfortunately he passed away on the 13th of February, the day before my birthday. And it was tough. It was tough. But as a family we got through it, and we know he's still here. He's always here. And yeah, here's a little tribute to our beloved boy. So thanks for sticking around for that. I'm sure the boy will appreciate it. Be sure to give him some love. We miss him every day. Every single day. But since then, it's been a whirlwind. Other areas in life have sort of grabbed a hold of us and taken us in other directions. We built a thing. We put up some shade in some places. We danced, we performed. We met new friends, we hung out with old ones. We built another thing. And we're doing everything we can to do our boy's life justice. But unfortunately, it took us away from this for a long time. There's been something missing. And boy, it's good to be getting back into it. It's good to be back out here. We've already been out a couple of times. Just been keeping it to ourselves a little bit. But we're back. And Tay's already finding rocks. And today we're in the vicinity of Castlemaine. We're just scouting around today. We're going to do a bit of walking. We're going to do a bit of looking. We're going to take it easy. We might go hard. Who knows? See where it takes us. And for now, we're just doing basically what we recommend everyone does when they ask us where to start, when they're in a new area or when they're just getting started, and that's Find your old timers workings. Have a look at the rocks. Oftentimes the crystals may not be as concentrated in these areas because they're more in what we would call colluvium. So it's all, you know, a bit further from the source, but here we got some nice working. Lots of diggings, lots of scratchings, lots of rocks, lots of quartz. Tay's rock. What you got there, babe? It's nice, a good start.
Yeah.
It's all pretty cool. Hard to tell, but what I'm standing on here is old mullock heaps that gold prospectors and rabbits have been churning up, and just looking through any exposed ground, seeing if it's washed off any crystal faces, but so far to no avail. Oh, sideways, sideways. Checking out some new ground and a bit of a pit down there. Just trying to give you the experience of what it's like when we first rock up to a new patch and we don't really know what we're looking for, or we don't really know what's here. Looking for things like quartz, of course, which there isn't much. They obviously dug for something here, but there's no quartz there. Struggle to see the purpose of this hole. I'll tell you what, pretty bloody warm. And we're definitely using this patch for something. A little rock wall up on the hill up there. Old wedge, old iron wedge. And what I think would have probably been the little wedges, I can't remember what they call them. I think it's a feather and wedge that would have been used for breaking up the rocks. And these are the rock walls we were seeing from back there. Was it his dunny? Did he poo here? We will never know. So we have travelled up this little goat track a bit. Think it might be a walking track actually, but wasn't from the end we started. It just seems to be from the gate up there. But either way, I don't know where you can see that, but we're back on the quartz. And not only are we back on the quartz, but this is something that gets me a bit excited. Focus. It is quartz with breccia. Now, these are good signs. Now, we're in a bit of a open cut reef mine here. And it's funny because we tend to not see a lot of crystals in these reef mines, but they tend to be in the veins and what have you around them. But the things that we're looking for that tell us that there might be crystals in the area are vugs or cavities. In order for crystals to grow, there needs to be space for the crystals to grow, which means there needs to be cavities in the rock for those crystals to form in. And this here is quite a large cavity. No crystals have formed in it, for whatever reason. But then you look like this piece that I had here before, and I don't know if you'll be able to see it or not, but there are some crystal faces. It's actually a teeny tiny crystal just in there. It's definitely not the caliber of stuff that we're looking for, but yeah, now point the camera right way, dickhead. Over there is the reef mine we were just looking in, and come over the hill a bit and there's some random diggings and scratchings and workings. This is generally where we start to find a few more crystals, and amongst a pile of rocks we have a rock. And in that rock, we have some crystals. And in amongst those crystals, that brown stuff in there is breccia. The stuff that would have moved in after these crystals were formed and filled that space. This is why we look for breccia as an indicator. But they're crystals. That's what we're here for. Little bubba point. Little trio. Keep looking. Huh? Here we are on a huge malachite, and seems like there was some pretty cool stuff coming up out of the old timers mine. A lot of this stuff unfortunately has been blown up in the process, but it's like almost keepable, but we've got so much of this stuff in the garden at home. Holy shit! Feel like I'm up in the trees. This is a big ass malachite. Check it. One heap, two heap, three heap, four heap, five heap. See the old battery. I love this stuff. Well, that's a pretty cool little area. From where we're at, there's the malachites from before. All the old battery material and all that sort of stuff. Ooh. Old nail. It's pretty cool. We've scoured this little hill here. It's covered in all old workings and shafts and whatnot, but not the droids we are looking for. Guess we'll try and find somewhere else. Back again after a bit of a dip and a bit of driving and a bit of not much. And we've changed tack. We've been introduced to another little thing to obsess over lately, and that is chasing fossils. We found out recently that there's lots of graptolite fossils in this area around Castlemaine, right through to Blackwood, all through Wombat. They're here, there and everywhere. If you check the geological maps, they're marked on the maps. But we're still mastering the art. We found some near Blackwood, near the Lerdberg River there. But yeah, we just thought we'd try for something a little bit different. Something a little bit easier perhaps. But these fossils, to explain a little bit about what they are, they're a little tiny organism, anywhere up to that big-ish, that kind of look like tree fern fronds that lived 475 million years ago. That is fucking old. We're yet to find any. I was really hoping to have found some by now to be able to show you. But if there's one piece of advice I could give as far as looking for graptolites go, it would be use the right bloody tool, dickhead. Yeah. Anyway, I only use the right tool now, and we'll see if we can't find a fossil to show you. It's hot. It's hot. Now, so far, our understanding of this, is minute, I will add. But there's really not much method to the madness. You really just take yourself to a spot that you know that they like to hang out. Oh, that was a bit of sweat off my brow. Find yourself some nice slaty rock, you know, the sort of slate or shales that like to split very easily along their flat cleavage plane. I'll cut now to a bit that we already found at home, and you'll see what they look like, just in case we don't find any at all. But I'm hoping what this can show you, if we do find some, is that you can have bugger all clue about how to find these things, and you can still go find them, and they're pretty bloody cool. Here we have ideal piece of slate. As you can see, it's the sort of stuff that really wants to, hopefully, as you can hopefully see, it's the stuff that wants to already break. You can see the lines in it where it already wants to break, and just break it up. Break it. A pair of safety glasses probably wouldn't go astray. As you can see, it just splits fairly easily, and if they're there, you'll see them, but they're not there. It's a nice split. Let it focus. No graptor lights. No graptor lights. But I see no such luck. Anyhow, I'll keep going for a bit. Hopefully we find some. The things you find out the bush, you just never know. The rare elusive springer. Well, that was unsuccessful. Day's starting to get a bit long in the tooth. I'm going to go for a little drive that way. Try and check out another couple of spots that we got marked on the maps, but I think we might be getting towards the end of activities today. Been a pretty chilled one. Hope you've had fun. Feel like this may be our last Hail Mary. Been a long day out in mid-30s heat. We see some nice black slate down there. And according to the geo maps, they're here. Wish us luck. Crazy, in the same rock you can see black slate where the layers change super quickly. Oh, there's one!
Where?
Right, like,
oh, that's a good
yeah,
one.
found one! What's the bet the camera's not rolling still?
It's still rolling.
It's still rolling! Yes! Okay, folks. I know all it looks like to you is just that brown line in the rock, so I'm just going to change the view here. Stop. There she is. That little line right there. You can see the serrations on this side. The whole thing was basically a collagen case, and each one of those little serrations had a tiny little organism living inside it. And they floated around in the ocean, eating plankton and other single-celled organisms and things like that. But that is quite a good specimen. We found a thing. We're probably going to dig a little more now and go for a beer somewhere. There's another little piece of one there. That's a nice one.
Yeah.
Pretty done too. I think we're done.
Yep.
Alright, peoples. We found a thing, finally. Hope you're entertained. Hope you've had fun. We've had fun getting back into it. Thanks for having us, guys. We'll see you next time, eh? Bye.